Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm solving my puzzle Magic Square Dutch Flatmates. The rules are ordinary Sudoku and Dutch flatmate rules. So there are two magic squares, each with 9 digits. Dutch flats, rule is 5 is always below a 1 or above a 9 or both. Magic squares, 9 digits. The square of 9 digits the rows, columns, and diagonals also. Since there's not any repeat, we know that that number is 1/3 of 45. The way magic squares work out is that the 5 is in the center with odds adjacent, orthogonally adjacent, and evens in the corners. And in a Dutch Dutch flat magic square, the 5 is going to have to be below a 1 or above a 9 or both. Well, that is one of the arrangements of a magic square, with the 1 and the 9 and the 3 and the 7 going horizontally. Then in the magic square, we're going to have the evens in the corners. And either this will be a 2, 7, 4, or 4, 7, 2, a 6, 7, 2. It's not a 4, 7. I don't know why I would say that. 4, 3, 8. Can't be a 6, 3. That'd be another 6. At any rate, that's the way it lays out. That's how the magic squares are going to be in this puzzle. So we know that the 5 in the center of a magic square will have a 9 above it, a 9 below it, and a 1 above it. So this 9 eliminates the magic square from that column. This 1 eliminates it from there. None of these can be the center of a magic square. It has to be a 5. These are all given digits. And the perimeter can't be the center of a magic square. We also know that the even numbers can't be adjacent to the center. So anything adjacent to an even number, either horizontally or vertically, is eliminated from possible centers. Call it the magic 5. Now, if that were a 5, it could not be the magic square because that 4 plus 8 is 12, and that's 17. It has to be 15. These are horizontal to an even number, horizontal to an even. This one is diagonal to an odd. That's out. If one of these were the magic square, this 2, if that were a 5, that would be an 8, but that's an 8. If that were a 5, go ahead and eliminate that. If that were a 5, this is a 2. And then we're the 4, 6. This has to be a 1, 9. The 1 there and the 9 there, and that 9 and the 8 clash. Don't know why it took so long to do that one. I've done this puzzle a few times now, and I should have remembered that one. That one's pretty easy. If this were the center of the magic square, this 2 would need an 8 there, and that 8 prevents that. That's not the center of the magic square. If this were the center of the magic square, that 6, 7 would need a 2. That's not the center. This can't be the center because that's only sums to 8. With 5 would be 13. And this can't be the center of the magic square because the 8's going to be there, And then this even number can't be a 6 or a 4. So the magic squares are centered in that column and in one of those cells there. This, of course, is on the perimeter. We already should have eliminated that. Now, in this column, can that be the center of the magic square? If that's 5, and then this is a 8, then this has to be the 6, but there's already a 6. It goes 8, 1, 6, and there's a 6. Actually, that would be the 7, if that's the 8. That is not the center. If this were the 5, we need a 7, 3 there, so that 7 prevents that. If this were the magic 5, it would be there. This would be 2, 8, that would be a 6. This would be the 4. This would have to be the 8 and the 1, and that 8 prevents that. These are out. That's not the center. If this were the center of the magic square, we'd have a 1 and a 9. That one's out. And this is the only one in the column that can be the center of a magic square. So we'll go ahead and do the 1 and 9. Horizontal is 3 and 7. The corners are 2, 4, 6, 8. This one can't be 2, 6, or 8. C's a 2, C's a 6, and the 8 and 9 makes 17. This is the 4. 4 plus 5 plus 6 equals 15. 6 plus 1 plus 8 equals 15. 8 plus 3 and 4. 3 plus 5 plus 7, and 6 plus 7 plus 2, and the magic square is complete. This 2 looks into that box. This 2 looks into that box. There's a 2 there. This 7 and those 2 7s put a 7 there. This 7, 6 have to be somewhere in the column number 4. This is a 5, 9, and the Dutch flat rule tells us that the 5 must be over the 9. This is now a 1, 3, 8, but that's not an 8. This digit is a 4. It sees 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. It is the 4. This is a 1, 6, 9 triple. And in this box, the 5 can only be in one of those 3 because there's a 1 in the box, and the 5 can't be under the 1. It has to be over a 9 or under that 1. So the 5 is in one of those 3. And that will eliminate this from being the center of a magic square, because if that is a 5, this is a 3, 7, 1, 9. The 3, 7 takes the 3 out of there and puts it there. That eliminates that 5. The 1, 9, 1, 9 puts a 6 there and a 9 there. It eliminates the 9 from that column and gets rid of those 5s. This cannot be the center of a magic square. So this is the center of the second magic square in the grid. We can fill in the 1 and 9, put the 3, 7, the 8, C's down to there, can't be next to the 9, has to be in the upper corner. Then the 2 there, the 3 and 4, drink of water. 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 2. And I have done enough to get rid of my gray shading. I don't need that anymore. 1, 9 puts a 6 there. No 6s. 5 takes the 5 out of there. This is the 6 and the 7. This is a 2, 3, 8. But that's not the 8. The 9s, let's see, 9. I'll just start doing some digits, I guess. I can't remember the next thing I do here. 3, 6, 8, 5. Okay, the 5 can't be on the bottom of a box without the 1 above it. The 1 is there in the box. This 5 eliminates that 5, and this is a 5. This is not a 5. That 5 can't be above the 9. It has to be below the 1. That leaves a 3, 8, 5? 4. 3, 4, 8. 8, 8, 8 there. These are not the 8s. This is not a 5. These 3 are 8, 9, 2. Not the 2. Not the 9. These 6s, put a 6 there by Sudoku. These are 2, 3, 4, and 8. But that's neither a 2 nor an 8. This is not an 8. These 4 digits are 2, 3, 4, and 7. Not a 7, not a 2, 4, and not a 7. This 8 and those 8s make this a 9. These are not 6s. This is a 5, 7 pair, 7 there, 5 there. That 9 makes this the 1, and that's a 3, 8 pair. So this is a 4, 5, no, 4, 6. 6 in the top row, and a 4. This is a 5, 9 pair, and we know the order because of the Dutch flat rule. That is a 9. 4 out of there. Okay, I have to have a 5. Let's see. Okay, that 3, 4 makes this a 1, 5, 6. But the 1 goes there because of that 5, 6 pair. 5 is there or there. It has to be below the 1 by the Dutch flat rule. This is the 6. That's 6, and those 6s, put a 6 there. And that, I believe, is all my 6s. 3, 4, 1, 3, 1, 3, 4. 2, 3. Okay, the 5 here puts a 5 in one of those cells, but it has to be above a 9 or below a 1. Don't know where our 1 is yet. Haven't eliminated that. Somehow I got 2s in here. This is not 2s. It's 3, 4, 9. The 9's there, put the 9 there. 3, 4 pair in column 2. 3, 4 pair in column 3. 2, 8 pair in column 3. Okay, this 7 and that's 7. I guess that puts a 7 in one of those two. And a 7 in one of those two. Okay, I need a 5 up here. Okay, this is a 1 or a 2. Because 1, 2, 3, 4, 8. 3, 4, and 8. 3, 4, and 8 make that a 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not the 2. There's a 5 in this row. Has to be above the 9. So it can't be below either an 8, 6, or 9. 5 has to be here with a 9 below it. That puts a 5 there with a 9 below it. This is not a 5. That's a 3. Sees every other digit. These are not 3s. That's the 2. And the 7. The 3. This is an 8. And a 3. And an 8. That is a 2. This is an 8 and a 1 because of that 3. Last digit is a 7, not a 3. This 3 has to be in that row somewhere. 3 and 4, and 4 and 3. This is a 3. That's the 1. 2 4 pair, that 4 makes that a 4, and a 2, and a 1, and a 4. It's a 2. This is the 8, and that's 3. And that is our puzzle. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy it.